Imagine you could access secret teachings capable of profoundly transforming your life. Teachings that Jesus and other spiritual masters left as a legacy so that we can awaken our true potential, connect with our divine essence, and activate the pineal gland, a small gland in our brain that is key to accessing Christ consciousness. In this video, we'll explore how these hidden teachings, transmitted through the ages, can help us transcend the limitations imposed by society, break down the barriers of the ego, and reach a state of love, peace, and clarity. Each technique and practice you'll see here holds the power to transform your reality. Stay until the end, as we'll reveal a powerful, practical step-by-step process to activate your pineal gland and access Christ consciousness, allowing you to see beyond the physical world and connect deeply with the divine. This is a journey of self-discovery that few people experience, but you'll have the opportunity here today. By staying until the end, you'll not only learn these techniques, but also understand how to apply these teachings to live with purpose and align with true spiritual peace. Society's mental control. Let's start by understanding a crucial point: mental control. Did you know that, from a very young age, we're subtly exposed to a form of brainwashing that conditions us to accept a limited reality? This process creates what psychologists call a state of learned helplessness, in which we start believing we have little or no control over our destiny. This belief makes us dependent on external forces, causing us to forget the power that lies within us. Throughout the years, we're conditioned to believe that our lives are governed by factors beyond our control, like social, economic, and cultural circumstances. This conditioning creates the false perception that our achievements depend solely on external influences, which mentally weakens us. It's as though we're constantly adapting to patterns we didn't choose, but accepted as truth. Modern society uses manipulation tools to shape our beliefs and thoughts, keeping the status quo in place within a power structure that benefits only a few. Advertisements, media, and even institutions impose a narrow view of life, steering us away from questioning, from exploring our potential, and most importantly, from seeing beyond the obvious. This control creates a form of dependency that keeps us from awakening our true inner power. The more attached we are to this belief of helplessness, the more disconnected we are from our own power and our ability to create our reality. And this disconnection keeps us submissive, perpetuating a reality where a few dictate the fate of many. But there is a way out. Recognizing the mental control imposed on us is the first step to reclaiming our power. When we realize how we've been manipulated, we begin to release the power that, in truth, has always been within us, the hidden spiritual potential within us. Beneath this societal conditioning lies a hidden spiritual potential. Each of us carries a divine spark, a power often dormant due to the paradigms we were taught to follow. This spiritual potential is the key to a truly fulfilling life, but it remains hidden until we're ready to awaken it and recognize our true essence. Awakening this divine spark takes us on a journey of self-discovery, opening doors to a higher level of spiritual connection. When we stop identifying exclusively with the material world, we begin to realize that something greater is at work, a higher energy, a higher consciousness that transcends all limitations. One path to this awakening is activating the pineal gland, which, as we'll see, is crucial to accessing the infinite and connecting to an expanded consciousness. The pineal gland can break through the barriers imposed by social conditioning, allowing us to reach a spiritual dimension that's typically beyond human perception. This opening to spiritual awakening shifts our perception, allowing us to see the world and ourselves in a completely new way. We stop being mere observers and begin to be co-creators of our reality. This is the true essence of the spiritual potential within each of us. Recognizing this hidden potential is the first step toward transformation. As we explore this spiritual dimension, we experience a peace and clarity that are impossible to reach through worldly pleasures. This is a journey worth taking. Christ consciousness, definition and origin. Christ consciousness isn't just a religious concept, it's an elevated state of being. It represents a level of awareness that goes beyond ordinary consciousness, a consciousness that encompasses universal love, compassion, and wisdom. It's a way of living where every thought and every action is guided by an energy of light and love that transcends the ego and human limitation. Spiritual traditions around the world speak of this divine potential, this possibility of connecting with a higher consciousness beyond everyday understanding. Whether through Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, or other traditions, the concept of a divine consciousness has always been present, reminding us that true spiritual freedom comes from within. The parables and biblical teachings, when interpreted esoterically, reveal secrets about what it means to reach Christ's consciousness. These stories symbolically teach us to cultivate love, compassion, and wisdom, which are essential to accessing this elevated state. Awakening this consciousness means seeing the world from a different perspective, where the illusion of the separate self dissolves, and we recognize the unity of all creation. This awareness leads us to live with more purpose and recognize our spiritual mission on earth. Christ's consciousness is an invitation to transcend the material world and align with a higher purpose. It teaches us that we are beings of light here to learn, grow, and expand our understanding of love and compassion, limitations and control by the elites. It's important to understand that throughout history, only a select few had access to deep esoteric knowledge, and often, these were the people in power. Elites hold control by keeping deep wisdom and spirituality out of reach for the masses. This control serves to maintain social order and ensure those in power stay at the top. Mass ignorance becomes a powerful tool for the elites. When a population lacks knowledge about its spiritual potential, it becomes easier to manipulate and keep it in a state of submission. The lack of access to spiritual wisdom keeps people trapped in a limited view of reality, creating dependence on the system. The illusion of the three-dimensional world, or 3D, is another control tool. We are encouraged to focus on the material, seek temporary satisfactions, and forget the spiritual side of our existence. This distraction keeps us from the search for spiritual awakening and our connection with the divine. To transcend this limited reality, we need to see beyond appearances. When we understand that our essence is spiritual, not material, we begin to break free from the control of elites and recognize that we have the power to create our own reality, free from external influences. Awakening to this fact is the first step toward liberation. Only then can we access true freedom and unleash our spiritual power. It's time to abandon imposed limitations and seek the knowledge that liberates us. The concept of Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness represents a state of life centered on love, peace, and genuine satisfaction. It's a way of living beyond the illusions imposed by the material world. In this state, we find a spiritual freedom that allows us to express ourselves with authenticity and connection to the whole. Living in this consciousness, we begin to see the world differently. Material things lose their importance, and we start valuing love and genuine well-being for ourselves and others. This shift leads to a fuller and more balanced life, a life where true happiness becomes possible. Spiritual masters from various traditions reached this state of Christ consciousness. They've shown us that it's possible to live a fulfilled life unbound by materialism. They guide us as examples, demonstrating that unconditional love is the path to a truly meaningful life. Accessing this consciousness brings a deep inner peace, a peace that cannot be bought or obtained through materialism. This is the true meaning of achieving Christ consciousness, to live with purpose and in harmony with the divine. This way of life reminds us that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. It teaches us to value what truly matters and to pursue a life of genuine satisfaction and true love. Ego and divine consciousness. When we talk about the ego, we refer to the part of us that identifies with the material world and clings to labels and identities we've created over our lives. The ego is that inner voice that tells us we need more to be happy, pushing us toward competition and comparison. It limits us, making us forget that our true essence is spiritual, not material. Christ consciousness involves overcoming the influence of the ego and recognizing that we are, in fact, an extension of the divine. Releasing the grip of the ego allows us to see life from a new perspective, where love, compassion, and empathy become our guides. This process of letting go of the ego is essential to achieve inner peace and true spiritual freedom. Seeing oneself as an extension of the divine is recognizing that every being is part of the whole. When we understand this, we become less prone to judgment and more open to compassion. Christ consciousness teaches us that each of us is a unique expression of the divine, and by freeing ourselves from the ego, we allow this expression to flourish. Overcoming the ego doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing it, but rather understanding and transforming it. The ego is part of the human experience, but by detaching from it, we come closer to our divine essence. This is the secret to living in harmony, at peace with ourselves and the world around us. When we reach this state, we align with Christ consciousness, a life centered on love, peace, and understanding. This journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance is what leads us to a true connection with the divine. 3 characteristics of Christ consciousness. Awakening to our true self is the first step to living in Christ consciousness. Recognizing the divinity within allows us to see the world with compassionate eyes and helps us understand that the essence of the universe is love. When we awaken to our true self, we align with the universal source and become aware of the power we have to co-create our reality. Christ consciousness also involves awareness of our thoughts and actions. Each thought, no matter how simple, shapes our destiny and influences the world around us. Being conscious of our actions is the path to a life of purpose and integrity. Every thought aligned with love strengthens our connection with Christ consciousness. Living with high self-awareness means treating ourselves and others with kindness. Kindness is an expression of universal love and forms the foundation of Christ consciousness. When we are kind, we are in tune with the universe and attract positive experiences into our lives. Being kind is more than a choice. It is a state of being that reflects the divine. These characteristics of Christ consciousness are the pillars of an enlightened life. By embracing them, we transform our reality and create a world of love and understanding. Every step taken on this journey brings us closer to our divine self, and that is the true fulfillment of life. By living with these principles, we manifest the divine in every moment. This is the purpose of Christ consciousness, to be a living expression of love and peace in all our actions. The pineal gland, pathway to higher dimensions. The pineal gland is considered by many spiritual traditions as the key to accessing higher consciousness. Often called the third eye, it allows us to see beyond the physical plane and connect with higher spiritual dimensions. Although small, the pineal gland has immense potential for expanding our perception of reality. In ancient texts, the pineal gland is mentioned as a portal to enlightenment, the center of spiritual vision. It is described as an eye that looks inward, granting access to wisdom and hidden knowledge. Awakening this gland opens doors to a realm of peace and a deep understanding of the universe. In addition to its spiritual role, the pineal gland has important biological functions, such as the production of melatonin, which regulates sleep and circadian rhythms. This hormone is linked to our state of relaxation and the brain waves we experience during meditation. The pineal gland connects body, mind, and spirit, promoting an essential balance. Activating the pineal gland is like opening a window to the universe. This process helps us see reality beyond the physical, bringing the realization that we are part of something much greater. It helps us transcend the limitations of the mind and access universal consciousness. When the pineal gland is active, we feel a deeper connection with life, a sense of unity and peace. This is the first step toward connecting with higher dimensions and experiencing a new way of seeing the world and living in harmony with the cosmos. Chakras and the flow of energy. Chakras are energy centers within our bodies that regulate our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. There are 7 main chakras, each with a unique function and importance to our energetic balance. When these chakras are aligned, we feel inner peace and a harmonious state that connects us to our higher self. The Ajna chakra, known as the third eye, is especially important for higher knowledge and spiritual perception. Located on the forehead, between the eyebrows, it is responsible for intuition and vision beyond the physical. Activating the third eye is essential for a deep connection with Christ consciousness. The awakening of Kundalini energy. which lies dormant at the base of the spine, is also closely tied to chakra balance. This spiritual energy rises through the chakras and unlocks the third eye, allowing higher perception and a deep understanding of our spiritual nature. It is a transformative experience that brings a new dimension of awareness. The flow of energy through the chakras is vital to our well-being. When energy flows without blockages, we experience a state of peace, health, and mental clarity. This balance helps us face life's challenges calmly and live in harmony with the world around us. Keeping the chakras aligned and energy flowing is essential to our spiritual growth. This brings us closer to Christ consciousness and helps us live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Scientific research and the pineal gland's potential. In recent years, science has begun exploring the potential of the pineal gland in consciousness. Studies show that this gland is connected to neurotransmitters like serotonin and melatonin, both essential for our well-being and mental state. Science is gradually confirming what spiritual traditions have long known about its role in connecting with other dimensions. Serotonin and melatonin are fundamental for emotional balance and relaxation. By producing these neurotransmitters, the pineal gland regulates our emotions and helps us access higher states of consciousness. This chemical balance is the foundation for a calm mind, open to spiritual energies. Brainwave frequencies, such as alpha, theta, and delta, have a direct impact on the pineal gland. Studies show that entering states of deep relaxation activates the pineal gland, facilitating spiritual perception. This process is especially important for those seeking to meditate and explore consciousness. Exposure to light also influences serotonin and melatonin production by the pineal gland. Understanding how light affects this gland allows us to optimize our meditation practices to harness the pineal gland's full potential. This scientific knowledge becomes a tool for expanding our spirituality. Science and spirituality meet here. Research on the pineal gland is just beginning, but it already offers us a glimpse into the infinite potential we have to explore. This is the bridge that unites mind, body, and spirit in a quest for enlightenment. Melatonin and the relaxed state. Melatonin is a hormone produced by the pineal gland in response to decreasing light. When the environment darkens, our body begins producing melatonin, preparing us for relaxation and sleep. This process is essential for our health and helps us enter a state of deep relaxation. Brainwave states like alpha, theta, and delta are associated with relaxation and meditation. When we are in deep relaxation, our brain produces these waves, allowing us to access a state of peace and inner connection. This state is the foundation for any meditative practice and expanding consciousness. Deep relaxation, induced by melatonin, prepares us for meditation and connection with our higher self. When we are deeply relaxed, we are more receptive to messages from the universe and can connect with our spiritual essence. This process of relaxation and meditation leads us to a state of peace and inner harmony. The more we practice, the easier it becomes to reach this state, and the deeper our connection with the divine becomes. Beyond its biological role, melatonin serves as a portal to relaxation and spiritual elevation. It helps us slow down, disconnect from the external world, and find peace within ourselves. Pineal gland activation meditation practice. Meditation to activate the pineal gland is a powerful and transformative technique. One of the most effective ways to practice it is during the period known as Brahma Muhurta, a time between 1 and 4 a.m. This is considered an ideal time for meditation, as the mind is more receptive, the environment is silent, and the energy is conducive to spiritual connection. During this practice, we seek a state of complete serenity and connection. This is the perfect time to connect with our essence and align our desires with universal energy. When we meditate during Brahma Muhurta, our body is more relaxed, and our mind can transcend the physical plane, opening up to higher dimensions. Activating the pineal gland is a delicate process that requires practice and patience. With persistence in meditation, we begin to feel a slight pressure in the area of the third eye, a sign that the pineal gland is being stimulated. This sensation is the doorway to expanded perception and a deep connection with the universe. This early morning moment is ideal for creating our own reality. As we meditate, we visualize our goals and feelings of gratitude, peace, and love. The energy during this time is so powerful that our desires become more intense and, consequently, more likely to manifest in our daily lives. Consistent practice of this meditation connects us with our inner self and allows the pineal gland to serve as a portal to higher consciousness. Over time, this connection deepens, and we start to live with more peace, purpose, and clarity. Meditation technique for Christ consciousness activation. To access Christ consciousness, a specific meditation practice can be extremely effective. Begin by finding a comfortable posture. Sit with a straight spine and closed eyes. Take several deep breaths, bringing your attention to the present moment and quieting your mind to connect with divine energy. In meditation, visualize the energy from the lower centers of the body, such as the root and sacral chakras, rising toward the third eye. Imagine this energy flowing like a current of light, purifying each chakra along the way. This movement helps activate the pineal gland and awaken higher perception. Breath is fundamental in this practice. Breathe deeply with intention and patience, visualizing each inhalation as an entry of positive energy and each exhalation as a release of blockages and limitations. This breathing exercise allows us to relax and open the third eye to deeper perceptions. Throughout the meditation, hold the intention of connecting with the divine. Visualize yourself surrounded by golden light and feel enveloped by a loving presence. This intention activates Christ consciousness within you, allowing you to experience peace, love, and universal understanding. Regular practice of this meditation technique is transformative. Over time, you'll notice this connection with your higher self reflecting in all aspects of your life, bringing harmony and fulfillment. A fulfilled life within reach. At the end of this journey of self-knowledge and spirituality, we realize that a fulfilled life is within everyone's reach. Christ consciousness and the power of the pineal gland aren't exclusive privileges, but resources available to every human being. Persistence in practice is the path to spiritual awakening and living in harmony with the universe. Using the pineal gland to transform our reality is a gradual and powerful process. With practice, our consciousness expands, and we begin to see the world in a whole new way. Fears diminish, love and peace increase, and gratitude becomes our natural response to every experience in life. When we awaken to this consciousness, our life transforms. What once caused anguish becomes an opportunity for learning. What once seemed difficult becomes simple, because we are connected with something greater, with a universal consciousness that guides every step of our journey. Christ consciousness teaches us that love and compassion are the true paths to a fulfilling life. Every action, thought, and emotion aligns with this greater purpose, and we attract experiences that reflect this love. This is the true purpose of a spiritual life. Persisting on this path leads us to a life of peace, fulfillment, and gratitude. As we develop this practice, we realize that everything we seek is already within us. We just need to open our hearts, activate our pineal gland, and allow Christ consciousness to guide us. I hope you felt the power of these teachings and that they bring more light and purpose to your journey. If this message touched your heart and you want to continue exploring the path of elevated consciousness, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You won't miss any transformative content I bring with such care. Like the video, turn on notifications, and join me on this journey. Until the next video,